All right. Story time. Um, One of the things that confuses me a little bit, I don't fully understand, is pain tolerance. All right. So anytime I've been injured or whatever, going into the hospital, they're like, "What's your level of pain on a scale from 1 to 10?" I'm um, like 3, maybe 4. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I've just never understood it. But my belief is that I have an extremely high tolerance for pain compared to most other people. Not everybody, but on a scale from 1 to 10. Um, so, for example, one day I was at work and I was the only employee there. I had keys. I was running the register, you know, um, basically by myself. And I had rules. Okay, I couldn't just walk into the bindery in the back and leave a customer up front for, obvious reasons. But I had a customer come in on a Saturday and wanted to pick up her business cards. Okay, and she was judo or karate or, some kind of instructor. You know what I'm saying? And she was printing out, she wanted business cards. And we had them printed. We hadn't cut them yet, right? So she wanted them that day, right then, right there, and I explained to her, I was like, "Hey, miss, I can't go do that." Well, I mean, she insisted. I'm like, ugh. I was like, "All right, here's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to walk out. I'm gonna lock the door so I can go into the bindery by myself and operate the guillotine, to cut down your business cards for you." All right. This annoyed me to the point where, as I walked towards the, bindery to the back of the building, I reached out and just like punched the back of a bookshelf. I was like, God, because I couldn't express that kind of frustration to the customer, right? I heard that right there pop off like a little firecracker. I snapped it clean in two. Continued, on to, the bindery and turned on the guillotine and cut down her business cards and brought them up front, opened the door. She came in and, paid for it. And in that brief amount of time, I mean, we're talking like 5 minutes, it had already swollen up to about, it looked like I had a ping pong ball inside my hand, okay, underneath the skin. And I'm like, it's not good. I broke a bone. I called my manager, my boss, and, to ask for guidance. I'm like, what do I do? He didn't answer his phone, but he did call back about an hour later. Meanwhile, a couple other customers came in to pick up some, just random stuff that was already prepared, and they kept looking down at my hands like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine." So, I mean, that's that in a nutshell, man. It's like, yeah. My boss called back, is like, "Yeah, go to the hospital, get it checked out." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I shut the, place down, locked the doors. My wife she was with me that day, wanted to stop by her place of employment, real quick to check on something. Drove myself to the hospital, and they gave me, what's that shit? Hydrocodone, for the pain. Said they couldn't put a cast on it or anything like that, because just where it's at, it's like, they gave me like a little stint, to keep my pinky straight, so that I wouldn't move it so much. Now I'm right-handed. And I was also very active in the local dart league. So I had to start throwing darts left-handed. It's like, you just adapt and overcome, right? I don't know what the point of this story is, but I don't know what anybody else's pain tolerance is like, but mine seems to be, pretty high compared to most people. It's like, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, but what? What you gonna do? Cry?